Hi, I'm Mark Toole with 8020service.com, and today's customer service video question of the day comes from Quora, and it's a good one. And the question is, why has customer service become a thing of the past? Okay, well, first of all, you could say this about any question on Quora, but I'll make the obvious disclaimer here, whatever you want to call it. The answer to any question about anything depends on how you define the terms that you're using. In this case, I'm talking about customer service. What you're probably thinking of as customer service when you ask a question like this, lamenting the death of customer service because the guy at the Taco Bell was rude to you one time. I'm assuming a little bit about the people asking these questions here, but it doesn't have to be that. This question is asked, and the assumption is this is a bad thing. Customer service is gone. It's gotten bad. It's gotten worse. It's not existent anymore. Why can't we be like things are in the past? And what you're thinking of as customer service kind of is a thing of the past. Why? Because it is a thing that exists in businesses of the past. If you walk into the general store in a small town today, or 200 years ago, you're probably going to get pretty similar customer service. The person at the desk is going to, spit out his piece of grain he's chewing on and go, "Oh, howdy, partner, what'd I get you for?" Something like that. That probably hasn't changed. Maybe his teenage son's working there and he's like, "What do you want?" But fine, that's the death of customer service. No. That's a business of the past, and the customer service employed by a business of the past needs to be the customer service of the past. And there are certainly things in between, but let's go to the far opposite dimension here, the opposite extreme. Let's say you're selling information products on the internet. You have a website and you're selling a subscription newsletter, let's just say, financial investing newsletter. This is a business I've worked in extensively. I know what I'm talking about here, so we'll use that as an example. Now, this could still, in some cases, be classified as a business of the past. People used to mail out printed newsletters and do things that way. But really, the way that technology exists right now, what you're thinking of as customer service, that guy sitting at a desk spitting out grain and saying, "Howdy, partner," isn't really a thing and isn't necessary, barring some extreme cases, and it's still going to be a version of that guy. It's not going to be that guy. But here's the point. Customer service? Why do I need, if I'm buying your investment newsletter, why do I need customer service? Why do I want customer service? I hear about your thing through an email I get, or a promotion that somebody else's list that I'm on sends me, or I see an ad somewhere and I click on it and I go to your sales page and I read it and I like the copy and I like what it's promising and I like this idea. I'm going to be a part of this exclusive club. I'm going to invest in this thing. I'm going to get these deals that nobody else knows about. I'm going to make a bunch of money. But even if I don't, I'm doing something regular people aren't. My identity is now better because I bought this product. So I buy. And we're painting an ideal picture here. Not everybody adheres to this, but let's say I buy and I quickly get an email. "Hey, thanks for buying. We appreciate this. Here's your login information. This is how you log into the site. Check out our tutorial. We'll show you how to use everything. This is where you find the different information." And I go, and everything's simple, and it makes sense, and I log in, and it works, and I find the information I'm looking for, and it's better than I expected. And maybe I find, if it's an investing thing, I find something there, and I'm like, I'm going to place this trade right now, and I make a bunch of money, and I'm happy. And of course, this thing's great, so I continue to renew my subscription every month. It's automatic, but I don't stop it. I'm happy it's continuing to happen because I'm getting this great, useful information. Now, does this sound like bad customer service to you? No. It sounds like no customer service to you. And my point is that in the modern world, the internet business world, no customer service is the best possible outcome. Now, if I had to contact customer service of that company for any reason, yes, I'd want it to be good customer service, but ideally, I don't want to have to contact them ever. And if I'm running that business, if I'm running customer service for that business, which I do, which I have done, which I continue to do to this day for businesses similar to that at least, I don't want customers to have to contact us. I don't want them to be sending emails. "I don't know how to log in. Where do I find this month's report?" I don't want you asking about that because I want it to be easy for you to log in. I want it to be easy for you to find the report. I want it to be easy for you to use the thing. I want to have something that shows you how to place the trades if it's a trading thing. I want everything to work the way it should so that you never have to contact me and say, oh, I don't know how to do this. Customer service, please help. That's the main point there. Now, at this point, though, this is where you split off, because you have the future of customer service, which is not talking to customer service because you don't need to, but there are always still going to be some cases where some customer needs to talk to you. Maybe your website's not working, maybe something's broken, maybe they're just not the smartest customer and they can't figure it out, or maybe something's not as clear as it should be. And by the way, when you discover things like that, fix it, don't just help them with it. But some customers will still need or want to contact you for whatever reason. So that's when you go back to the customer service of the past. The modern day equivalent of that guy leaning up against a post, spitting out grain, going, hey, what can I get you? In other words, what I mean, a person who knows what's going on, who understands the business, who understands the products, who understands the customers, what they want, and understands, of course, that the customers want what they want, the business wants to make money, and someone who understands all of that, hears what the customer is asking for, uses their brain, thinks, and comes up with a solution to that. And yes, some of these things might be somewhat repetitive. It shouldn't be too repetitive if you're doing the first part right, but some of it might be a little bit repetitive, and you can have, things to help people with that. But really, it should be, most things your customer service people deal with should be just a one-off issue where they have to go, okay, let's figure that out. Okay, this is what we do, because they know what's going on and they're allowed to think. The problem, where you're talking about most likely here, the thing of the past customer service, is, it's a thing of the past, but it's a thing of the more recent past. I'll call it like 1970s, 80s, 90s customer service. Think of the conventional corporation call center thing where you have to dial a number on a phone, first of all. Oh, we don't trust email. I think this computer thing's just a fad. You dial a number on a phone, the thing rings half a time, and then it plays a really loud beeping noise in your ear, and you're like, oh, fuck, I hate this shit. And then you talk to a computer for a while. You have to press 47 for English. The really clever ones now, they want you to talk to the computer, not just press buttons, and it never understands you. And some of them, plays a little recording of a guy typing, let me look that up for you. You're a computer. No one believes this. Anyways, I got a little bit of a rant there because of how bad this stuff is. Now, this is a thing of the past, but it's a thing of the more recent past. It's a thing from before you could just buy a thing online, access a thing online, get answers to questions online, not have to deal with all this shit. When you didn't have a computer, when you didn't trust a computer, and when companies honestly didn't follow the first part of what I'm talking about, anticipating and preventing problems before they happen. Instead, they just say, let's just dump it all in these customer service dummies somewhere, treat them like shit, have a procedures guide over here telling them exactly what to do for every situation, a list of scripts over here so they don't have to decide what words to say, and turn them into NPCs, have them sit there, if this, do that, if this, do that, if this, do that, plug things into their ears, time their piss breaks. I've talked about this before. I'm not going to go into too much detail in this video about it. Check out my post on NPCs on 8020service.com if you're not familiar with that term. I'm not going into it here. But that's the customer service of the recent past. We'll call that the conventional customer service because it has become a convention, and not in a good way. This is why you dread talking to customer service. This is why, even if you work in customer service and you're not doing something like that, you kind of hesitate when you meet someone new and say, I do customer service, because they're going to go, oh, those fucking dicks. So it's not good. It's broken. It's a thing of the recent past, and it's, in my opinion, much, much worse than the further back, the less recent past, we can call it. The guy with the piece of hay sticking out of his mouth. And people tend to get stuck there. They think, oh, it used to be this and this was better. Just this guy running his thing telling me where the flour was located. And now it's a warehouse somewhere with 400 dummies plugged into things in gray cubicles under fluorescent lights going, thank you for calling company's name. I'll be happy to help you with customer's problem. Can I verify a bunch of bullshit information first? Mr. Customer's last name. Yeah, that's certainly worse than hey mouth guy over here. But my argument is that website where you buy everything and never have to talk to anybody, much better. That certainly much better than this guy, the cubicle dummies, and in some ways better than the hey guy over there, because you don't have to go over there and pretend to give a shit about his horse or whatever. You can just order your flour and it shows up at your door, to use the old westy type examples. So that's my answer here. Why has customer service become a thing of the past? Customer service itself is actually becoming a thing of the past, because in the olden days, you couldn't get a thing done without dealing with another person, without dealing with someone whose job in one way or another would be classified as customer service, whether it's that call center dummy, whether it's that guy chewing on hay leaning up against a post. So you couldn't do a thing. It was impossible. There weren't computers. There was no way to automate a thing. Even if they're faxing you or mailing a thing, a guy has to lick the envelope or do whatever you do with a fax machine and send that out. So it wasn't possible in those days, and they tried to systematize it, but they didn't have the computers, so they used people. And they used people in an NPC role. It reminds me of, if you've ever watched the Flintstones, and they have all the modern machines there, but the machines aren't machines. They're like a dinosaur or a bird or something. The cement mixer is a pelican. The lawnmower is a fucking weird little dinosaur or something. It's like that. It's like this 1970s thing. We're like, we're going to automate our customer service, but computers are stupid, so we'll just get some dummies, pay them minimum wage, and treat them like shit, and they'll be our computers for now. And now we're finally getting into we've been there for a while, but we're getting to the era where computers exist. They can do a lot of this stuff. So the basic, tedious, mind-numbing bullshit tasks of customer service that you probably are thinking of are becoming a thing of the past, because no human being has to do them. What's left, then, is real issues, real questions, real problems, which do have to be handled by a human being. Not that 70s call center NPC human being, but the 1870s leaning up against a post modern equivalent. So I'll wrap this answer up here. It's long enough. As I've said before, I do one of these videos every weekday on a customer service topic. I post them here both on Quora and on YouTube, depending where you're watching. I also write regularly on business and customer service, both on Quora and on my website, 8020service.com. So check that out. Get on the mailing list. Get some updates and things going on there. Otherwise, today's Friday, so I will be back on Monday with another video. And of course, upvote, subscribe, thumbs up, like, all that stuff, so more people can see these videos. And back Monday.